host Remy, and this is Gr8-bit, the show that's a little late to the 25th anniversary party. Because today we're talking about Mega Man! Well, for those of you who don't know what Mega Man is, it's a game about robots, the protagonist being Rock, the peaceful robot who can do no harm, until his master's assistant goes nuts and tries to take over the world. Then he kinda has to go out and kill 8 master robots while jumping, climbing, shooting, and copying his way through gauntlets that have been set for him. But I believe that something that was kinda skimmed over in the 25th anniversary that happened last year was the doctors behind the scenes. Albert Wiley and Thomas Light. Here's a little history before I get into the main event. At some point in the 20th century, Dr. Thomas Light, or Wright, attended RIT, a school for education in robotics. There he met Dr. Albert W. Wiley. Still don't know what the W stands for, and became partners with him. The two graduated as friends with PhDs in robotics, and Dr. Light seemed to get a lot more credit than Wiley, probably because he looked like Santa, but that's just my theory. Dr. Light won the Nobel Prize in Physics, which is odd because he was a roboticist, not a physicist. But both he and Wiley were nominated for it, so, you know, trouble's a brewing. Light created Light Labs in the start of the 21st century, and he built a lot of civil service robots before creating Blues, the robot that specialized in artificial intelligence. However, Blues had a few different problems and ran away. Dr. Light had to learn from this to create Rock and Roll. Two smart robots that were great around the house. Dr. Wiley, however, became very jealous that Light kept getting so much attention. He stole and reprogrammed 8 of Light's industrial robots to take over the world. Rock then became Mega Man and proceeded to fight Wiley. Alright, well this has been a long intro. Let's get to the point. Dr. Wiley and Thomas Light are based on Einstein and Edison. Yeah, you heard me right. Thomas Light is Thomas Edison, and Einstein happens to be Dr. Albert W. Wiley. But it's odd, isn't it? Einstein is usually thought of as a very nice person, and Edison is known to be a bit of an immoral person in general. A jerk face, if you will. Well, I think that Edison should have been the bad guy, right? So why isn't he? Edison, after all, met a man named Nikola Tesla in the late 1880s. Edison hired Tesla for a very large amount of money, but tricked him, taking the money from Tesla's ideas and telling Tesla the equivalent of, "Hey, JK, haha." When Tesla quit working for Edison, he worked hard to improve the alternate current system, which was much more reliable than Edison's existing direct current system. Alternating currents. When Edison felt threatened, he hired children to bring in dogs and cats and other various animals that he would place in chambers where he would use the alternating current system to electrocute them as a way to insult Tesla. However, in schools in modern society, we tend to bend the truth a bit, saying, you know, this guy was an American hero, which might be why Thomas Edison is seen as one in the eyes of a lot of people. You know, the light bulb? He didn't exactly invent that. That was kind of a team effort. But why would Einstein be the bad guy? He was a nice guy, right? I mean, he created the theory of relativity and was a pacifist at its purest state. The purest state of pacifism. So, like the PSOP. I'm getting off topic. Well, was he really a pacifist? After all, he did create the theory of relativity, which, stating that energy was mass times the top speed of light squared, was also the secret to creating the atomic bomb. Where was the atomic bomb dropped? In a little, big, humongous city called Hiroshima, which resides where? Japan. The country where the company responsible for creating Mega Man and most other video games resides. Therefore, Mega Man has a very good reason to be up against Dr. Albert Wily. But seriously, Dr. Light totally looks like Santa. You can't deny that. I mean, look at him. Look at him. $5 says in the next Mega Man game, he says, ho ho ho.